The phrase, "the people versus Donald Trump," has been uttered countless times in courtrooms, but in this breaking story, the people versus Trump has taken on a whole new meaning. In fact, at last count, 11,000 people have activated against Trump to get the truth about Jeffrey Epstein exposed, and I have all the extraordinary details for you next. At the center of this story is civilian and painful Epstein thorn in Trump's side, Michael Wolff. I say civilian because Trump has been throwing all of his White House weight against government officials who are trying to expose the criminals that were in Epstein's orbit, and so far his attempts at obstruction have been successful. So it may take someone like Wolff, who is out of Trump's reach, to break the case open. Have a look at his latest video that explains his journey and the brilliant plan he has hatched to extract the truth from the Trumps, and then I'll share how 11,000 more civilians from around the world have joined him in the fight.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Wolff. I've written 4 books about Donald Trump, and before his death, I extensively interviewed Jeffrey Epstein, not least of all about his relationship with Donald Trump. I've spoken publicly about aspects of those interviews and the things Epstein said, including things he said about Melania Trump. I was notified the other day by Melania Trump's lawyers that they intend to sue me for $1 billion related to some of those statements. These are called slap suits. They may have really no chance at all of proving defamation, but they sue anyway in order to intimidate you and really to shut down any discussion of the relationship of Melania Trump, Donald Trump, and Jeffrey Epstein. I can't live like that. And as a matter of fact, there's nothing I would like better than to get Donald Trump and Melania Trump under oath before a court reporter and ask them what are the details of their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, what went on here. My lawyers last night, turning the tables and refusing to acquiesce to these threats, went into court in New York and asked for a declaratory judgment. This gives us the ability, effectively, I am suing Melania. This gives us the ability to subpoena witnesses. So everybody who has been involved in this Epstein-Trump circle is going to have to come forward and testify. This is going to be expensive. And I'm going to come back to everyone and ask for their support. But I think this is also going to be finally the way to find out exactly what the story was, the Epstein-Trump story, to finally pull back this dark curtain.
I saw that video when it was published 2 days ago and considered it for an Occupy Democrats report, but since he asked for money at the end, I didn't feel comfortable sharing it. But today I feel completely comfortable reporting that 11,000 people so far have answered the call in what has to be history's biggest crowdfunding move against a president. Probably the only one, but either way it qualifies as extraordinary. As of this report, he has raised more than $500,000 by way of 11,000 donations, and he's on track to easily smash his goal of $770,000. That averages out to be about $50 per donation. And check this out, I was not kidding about worldwide support. Regina Satori said, "I appreciate what you're doing. You have my full-hearted support from Canada." Johannes van Durst commented, "Dear Michael, we're behind you, both sides of the ocean. Good luck and lots of strength from France." Samantha Mitchell kept the theme going with, "Good luck from England in your courageous move to expose the lies and corruption of the Trumps." And Tina Vari-Holman added her expression of goodwill with, "Kia ora from New Zealand, Michael. Thank you for your courage." I said earlier that Wolff is out of Trump's reach, and I hope I'm not wrong about that. We know that the Epstein list contains some of the most powerful men in the world, so let me rephrase it to say, I hope he stays out of the reach of Trump's operatives and the other forces who would like to nip his move and this growing movement in the bud, and I'll add that I also appreciate his bravery. And my final thought is reserved for the sheer creativity. Democrats in Washington are either not creative or confined by their systems, and it has shown in their fight for Epstein transparency. That, and they are likely shackled by their own skeletons in the Epstein closet. But now we have a book author with the backing of private citizens from around the world making waves. Waves that could turn into the tsunami that topples Trump. I think that's the end of my voice, and now I want to hear from yours. Please comment below, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.